So hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In this video I'll be opening up this Catrice advent calendar and showing you all the things that I got inside of it and giving you my honest review about it. So if you're interested in that, keep watching. As well, I do really like the design of the advent calendar. I like that all the prizes come in a makeup bag, so you can put all the products that you get in the advent calendar back into the makeup bag and just carrying them around. So day number one, we have at first I thought it was a mirror, but when I opened it up, it was a pinky glittery blush with a mirror on top, so I was excited for that. And I did a swatch on my hand. It is, I wouldn't say it's quite pigmented. It did take me a lot to get like a very pigmented swatch, but I say it's like a very natural, shiny blush. Moving on to day number two, as you see me pulling out the bags, it wasn't that easy. I kind of needed to rummage around and find the correct number. So yeah, it's not that easy, but you can find the numbers. But in the day two, we have, I guess, like a lipstick lip gloss in a nudie shade. On the lips, it looks a lot pinker than on my hand. So yeah, but I would say it's very creamy and very hydrating. Going on to day number three, I immediately knew what this was because on the back of the box, well, makeup bag, it said all the products, and this is a highlighter stick, which is a very goldy shade. I would say it is very shiny and shimmery. I do really like it, but I would say this is not one of my favorite highlighters. There is a different one in day number four that is absolutely just beautiful. I absolutely love this one. I have been using it every single day from the moment I opened it. It's so beautiful. I always put it on the top of my eyes and like my eyebrow, like the part of the eyebrow, I don't know how it's called, but like where the arch is, I put it there, and it's so beautiful. I absolutely love it, and it's so shiny, and I like glitters that are like chunkier, so this I really liked. And as well, I like that the glitter is cool toned, but the stick was kind of like a warm goldish color that I don't really like, but I guess they put a gold and like a cool tone so more people can like see what they like, I guess. But I do really like this one. It's one of my favorites. Going to day number five, and it was very surprising just pulling out a charm, and as well I broke the little tag. Yeah, that I did do, but it was very surprising pulling out a charm. I didn't expect having a charm. I thought it was only makeup, and I was very confused what was this for, but later on there's going to be something to attach this to, so I think that's very fun. But for the meantime, I just put it on the makeup bag and it looked very nice. I do really like it. Moving on to day number six, and in this one is one of my other favorite products. I do think they could put a full-size one, not a mini one, but whatever. I do still really like it. It is a mascara, and it really reminds me of the Sky High one. It's like very similar brushes. I feel like the Sky High is a little bigger at the bottom, but it's still a very good mascara. I do really like this one. For this one. So this is day number 7, as you can see, and for this one I was very excited for because I realized that you can put the charm on it, and I saw it as well at the back of the box, and this was the product that I was most excited for. But it is a lipstick and a mirror together, and it is a very pretty pink color. I think I've said that so many times, but it's such a pretty pink color and I absolutely love it. It reminds me of strawberries. That's why I like it so much. It reminds me of strawberries on my lips, and it's very hydrating, but it's a little sticky. I wish it wouldn't be that sticky, but it's a very nice color, and I love the idea with the keychain. I do really love that. Now moving on to day number 8, and this is one of the 3 nail polishes that are in this set, and I think this is one of my favorite colors. But for me, as a person that does my own nails, I don't think I will really use these, but for a person that likes to do their nails with regular polish, I think this is a very good inclusion into the advent calendar. But I'm not going to be using any of these nail polishes myself, so I gave them all to my mom, and she said that this one was one of her favorites. And as well for you, I'm going to do a little swatch so you can see the color. and how pigmented it is. For such a light color to be so pigmented to cover up a red fringe tip is just very nice, and I really do like how quickly in like 2 coats it covered up that red fringe tip. Now moving on to day number 9, and in this day we have a powder puff. And I can say for this one, it is very soft and thick, which I normally don't expect from the powder puff because I get my powder puffs from Shein. But this one's a very good thick one, but it's still just a powder puff. If you get it from Shein or this brand, there is a slight difference, but does it really matter? I don't know. Moving on to day number 10, we have a lip liner. I would say it's very similar to the lipstick gloss thingy that was in the day number 2. I think it's like a similar shade, or I think it's an exact shade, I don't really know, but it is a very creamy one. It's not like when you apply it, it scratches you. It goes on nicely and it stays for a while. I was trying to get this off of my hand with just water and it wasn't coming off, so yeah, I just needed to use a little soap and then it came off. But I think it does stay on for a good amount and it doesn't really move. But as well, there's a sharpener at the end of it. I didn't know that there were sharpeners at the end of your lip liners. I just found that out and it's just game changer. I didn't know that, but all of these pencils that are going to be in this video, they all have some kind of sharpener at the bottom of them. So if you didn't know that, there you go, you have a sharpener. Now moving on to day number 11. In this one, we have one of those clicky pens that have lipstick inside of them, and I was very, very excited for this one, but I was kind of let down by the shade. But yeah, it's one of those clicky pens that you click the bottom of and the lipstick comes out. It has just like such a satisfying click to it that I just kept clicking it. But I was very, very disappointed in the color of it. It was very sheer with like glitters in it, and when I applied it on my lips, it was very sticky, which I don't like. But all of the other things I do like. I just wish this shade would be like just like a pinky without the glitters. I don't like the glitters. That's the one thing I don't like. Now moving on to day number 12. In day number 12, we have another nail polish. This is a very champagne-y gold color, I would say. It's one of the colors that I don't like as much. It is a nice color, don't get me wrong, it's a nice color, but it's a little boring. It's not boring, it's just very, I don't like it. That's the thing, I don't like it as much as the other ones, but it's still a nice color for everyday wear, but I do still like it. It's a nice color, but it's not my favorite. That's what I'm gonna say. But I can say it's a very nice pigment. It applies very nicely. It's a good pigment. It covered up my red French tip, as I keep mentioning. It's just a very good pigmented color. Now moving on to day number 13. I thought this was a lip liner at first, but it is actually an eye pencil, which I absolutely love. I love shiny things that I can put on my eyes, and this is one of the things that I've been putting in my waterline and around my eyes to make them more shinier, even though I don't need more glitter, but I keep like adding glitter on my face, mostly my eyes. That's where I like adding my glitters, but I normally use this for my waterline or in the middle of my eye. It is kind of a champagne gold color. It's a very nice one and I do really like it. And of course there's a sharpener at the bottom of it, and yeah, I do like this shade. It's very nice. It applies nicely. It doesn't scratch your eye out or anything like that. Now moving on to day number 14, and this is as well one of my favorite products in this advent calendar. I just love it, and I love it because of the shade and because it has a keychain on it. I absolutely love things that have keychains on it. I don't know, but I love I immediately thought of just putting it on my bag, and that's exactly what I did. And so I put the star on my bag. So yeah, but I do really like the shade. It's like a cherry raspberry dark color that I do really like. It applies smoothly. It is not sticky, which I do really like. It's a very pigmented color actually, but it applies nicely. It hydrates your lips. It's not sticky. I absolutely love the charm, and yeah, I just love this product. I really do. Now moving on to day number 15, and in day number 15 we have a lip liner. I would say this lip liner is like a, what was the word? Oh my god, it's like a corally pinky rose one. That's my color description for you. Like it or not, that's what I'm describing it as. But it is as well exactly the same as the previous one, just the colors are different. It applies the same, it has the sharpener at the bottom, it doesn't scratch your lips, it holds on very nicely. Now moving on to day number 16. I thought it was another blush, but it is a highlighter in the same exact container. And this is how the highlighter looks. It's a very gold champagne color, I would say. It is quite, I wouldn't say sheer, but it is quite like hard to get the product out of the container. Not like container, but like you kind of need to rub a little bit on the product to get the product out. Well, I guess that makes sense, but you do need to like rub a lot to see a difference, I would say. But I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm using my fingers and not a brush. Maybe it's different with a brush, or maybe you need to like put creams and then powders on top, but it's very sheer, I would say. Now moving on to day 17. This is one of my least favorite products, I would say. I don't really like saying anything bad about these advent calendars because I don't know, I just feel bad. But this brush isn't my favorite. I don't like that it is like a stump, that's one thing, and it's very, very plasticky. It's like very plasticky. I don't know if I like it. I don't like it. I used it once to apply my blush, and it's very hard to see on the black lip bristles how much blush you take. So that's one thing I don't like, and I don't like the bristles, the texture of them. I don't like the stumpy handle. I just don't like it. I'm sorry. But this next product I do be liking. It's another glittery, you guessed it, eye pencil, and I absolutely love this one. I do really like this one because it's purple and I have green eyes, and it just makes my green eyes pop so much. And on camera it looks very, very brown, but in person it's purple. I don't know why it looks brown. It is purple and I absolutely love it. It goes on smoothly. It doesn't scratch your eye out. It is very pigmented and glittery, and I love it. Now moving on to day 19. In day 19 we have another brush. This one's an eyeshadow brush. This one I like more than the previous one, just because it has a longer handle than the one before, and I like the bristles more than the other one. I don't know what's up with the bristles on the other one. These one feel nicer, and I am comparing it to the last year's Revolution one. They're both very similar. I would pick both of them. I don't really see a big difference, so I do like both of these. But that big one, I don't know what's up with that big ass brush. I don't like that one. Sorry for my language and sorry for ranting so much, but anyways, moving on to day number 20. In this one we have a cream blush which applies very smoothly. It's very pigmented as well, and it's a lot darker than normally what I use, but I do like it a lot. I don't really have any things to say about it. It's very nice and I have nothing to complain about. I forgot what day we were on. Oh, day number 21, we have this glittery lipstick thingy. It's very, very shiny and very pigmented. I wasn't expecting that, but I haven't really been using it because so many other glittery things, but I do like it. Now in day 22, we have another one of those clicky pens. I have no clue where this lipstick went, but I do like the shade a lot more than the previous one. But I think my sister took this one, so I guess she's liking it. I guess she's using it. I do like the shade. It is not sticky, applies nicely, and it doesn't have a lot of glitters in it, so I do like this one. We're kind of rushing through these last ones, so bear with me, but we're going on to day number 23, I believe, and it's another nail polish, and this is one of my favorite colors, for me at least, and it's a rougey red color. I would say cherry red color. Rougey red, cherry red, I think they're the same. It applies nicely. It's just a very beautiful color. Now moving on to the last and final day, day number 24, and in this one we have a very, very beautiful product. At first I was very confused on what this was. At first I was thinking, okay, maybe it's like an eyebrow like lamination, like those gels, maybe it's one of those. And it was sealed off, so I have no clue what it was. But I opened it up and I was so happy because it was glittery. It's glittery and shiny and I absolutely love it. At this point, there's no saving me now. I'm a glitteraholic. But in all seriousness, this is such a beautiful product. It's an eyeshadow topper, as the back of the box container thingy says, and it's just a beautiful color. I absolutely love it. And when I peeled off the little thingy that was on top, it had so much product, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna put it on my hand. And I didn't know there was so much, and now my whole entire hand was just full of glitter. But I do really, really love this product. This is one of my favorites. Here you can see all the products laid out on my desk, and here I'm just putting all the products inside of the makeup bag and showing you them for the last time. And there's one last thing that I wanted to tell you is, if you asked me, would you buy this product again, I would say absolutely. I love how many varieties of different kind of types of makeup products are in this one advent calendar. I like that there's some products that I haven't even tried, and I think even though I didn't like some of the products in here, I still liked opening it and having the surprise and seeing what's in every single one of these days. And I think this is a great product to buy as a gift for someone or for yourself. And yeah, I think that's it. If you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe. And this product that I showed you in this video will be linked down below. And if you have any kind of suggestions that you want to tell me, please leave some comments down below. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.